Yo, what is going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're reviewing chapter 27 of Boruto. Now, I know yesterday I did say in the episode review that today would be part 2 of that. It would be the episode 75 review. However, I read the chapter and I watched the episode. I asked on Twitter, and personally, the chapter is just on another level in difference and just so much better than the episode that I thought, you know what? I'd rather review the chapter today and then I'll probably review the episode tomorrow, because there's just a world of difference between the two quality wise. So I just want to let you guys know there still will be an episode 75 review, just it's now tomorrow. I do know I said I was going to do both today, but unfortunately turned out I couldn't. So episode review tomorrow, chapter review right now. Let's get into it. Now, this chapter mainly focused on the development between Boruto and Kawaki and the Karma Seal, and to be completely honest, when I read the spoilers, if you saw the spoiler video, I saw that it said it's more of a slice of lifey chapter. However, although I can kind of see where they came from, in terms of some of the chapters that we've had over the past few months, like the Kashin Koji fight, the Kawaki fight, all of that, yeah, you probably could say it's a bit more tame, it's a bit more slice of lifey. However, this chapter still had so much juicy information, especially when it comes to Kawaki. It is unbelievable. So we see Boruto and Kawaki having to go outside to pee together because Naruto is currently sat on the toilet. And at first, in the spoiler video, when I read this, I said, surely Naruto can afford a house with more than one bathroom. Like, come on, he's Hokage after all. However, it turns out, apparently, if you do some research, Japan have a genuine problem where most houses only have one bathroom. I did not know that's a thing, but 100% it's now confirmed. Japan have bathroom shortages. It's something I didn't know I needed to know, but you know what? It turns out I needed to know. So we see them outside peeing together, and they like synchronize, zip up their fly, and then they just go at it. That sounds extremely weird, but what I mean is they have yet another fist fight, and honestly it's only a short fight, but I can't wait to see this fight animated. I don't know why, it's just kind of seeing it in the panels where Kawaki kind of like flips and jump up onto the ceiling and they're kind of running down the ceiling. I think it looks great. We got to see their Karma Seals synchronize yet again, and then Naruto is just, he's just the man. He separates them up with the shadow clone while he sat on the toilet. Like, you cannot beat this dude. Also, going back to the very start of the chapter, I just want to say Hinata, she's so precious. Like, that little scene with her and Himawari where she was like, don't worry, Himawari, it's not the vase itself, it's all the emotions and feelings that you put into making the vase that counts. Like, just those two, like, they cannot be hurt. That I refuse to let them die at all in the series. Himawari especially, but Hinata as well. However, part of me thinks that's not the case. I do feel like she may be one of the ones to hit the cutting board. I don't know, we'll see. But Kawaki is also finally starting to settle down in the Uzumaki household. They're having like a family meal, and they're all laughing and joking together. Himawari's teasing Boruto. Boruto's being his usual boring kind of just like stuck up self, you know, that just being Boruto essentially. Naruto's at the table for once. Even Boruto says, isn't it weird how dad's all of a sudden always here? You know, they're all smiling, laughing, having a happy family meal, and Kawaki's kind of there like, this is just not what I expected. I expected to carry on going down the path of being used and tortured and battered, and this is the complete opposite. They're a genuine loving family. Like, he doesn't say any of that, but I feel like just looking at his facial expressions, you know, sometimes his actions, although he didn't really do any actions, speak louder than words. And this is the part of the chapter, ladies and gentlemen, that was by far the best portion, and that is learning more about Kawaki's seal. And we finally found out how we actually got the seal. Now, I'm glad this has finally been settled and the debate has been put to bed now, because there was a million different theories about what was going on. I've always stuck with mine, and I'm glad to kind of see it to come into fruition a little bit. But basically, Jigen has a Karma Seal activation mode, as you'd call it, and it looks badass. However, you look at it, it does look slightly familiar, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It's almost, I'd say, identical, especially around the face and whatnot, to Momoshiki's ultimate transformation form. Now, is that a coincidence, or is there a bit more to that than meets the eye? Extremely excited to see. But basically, how Jigen transfers the Karma Seal onto his vessel is, obviously we see all these kids kind of just like in test tube containers, whatnot, just being hung from the ceiling in test tubes, and then there's like a bowl, a big cauldron beneath them where they're all wired up to. And Jigen goes into full activation mode, puts his hand into the big cauldron of water, liquid, whatever substance it is, and in turn somehow kind of pushes his Karma Seal through the tubes, then putting the kids inside the test tube go full Karma mode. It's really weird, and I don't know how he does it whatsoever, because his Karma design, at least, and where it's placed, and near of all of it is completely different to what we see Kawaki with and all the other subjects. So why is the Karma he's passing down different to what's actually being passed on to the subjects? I can't quite wrap my head around that. I'd like to know what you guys think, because I'm sure some of you out there have some very interesting theories on that one. Can't wait to see a little bit more about it. I like how each month we're kind of getting one extra little bit about Kawaki's backstory, and this I'd say is possibly one of the most interesting parts, because we see the kid just die. He could not handle Karma whatsoever. The test tube just implodes, the kid falls to the ground, and then Jigen, like a nutter, there's a dead child on the ground, and showing no sympathy whatsoever, just kicks the dead body across the floor like it's nothing. Like, not taking into consideration he just murdered another kid. I mean, Amado even says we've lost track about how many that's died now. Like, Jigen, at first I was like, oh, you know, he's adopted Kawaki, taken him in from his abusive father, and then in turn said to Kawaki, I am your father, you know. He's going to try and make friends with Kawaki. No, one of the first things Kawaki sees him do is kill a ton of children, and then just proceed to kick their mangled up dead bodies across the ground. Like, Jigen is on another level of nuts, and I still want to know whether or not he is actually human, whether he's Otsutsuki, or if he's another alien species, because at this point, you just cannot predict it. And this point of the chapter is kind of where we see Kawaki become more human in a way. That's how I'd put it anyway. He kind of starts to understand Boruto a bit more, and actually tries to maybe not necessarily befriend Boruto, but he wants to become partners with him. He wants them to work together, because Kawaki, we find out, actually does have a goal. And this panel, I'll probably put the two on screen now, it really reminded me and gave me a major throwback when Kawaki said his goal to way back when Sasuke said about his first goal. Like, the coincidence between the two, the similarities, the symbolism, it's obviously, in my opinion, done intentionally. And just this one chapter alone, just seeing Kawaki be a bit more human, announce that he has a goal and he wants to bring Boruto along to help him, it made my love for Kawaki as a character skyrocket. I appreciate him so much more after this chapter. His goal, by the way, is to learn about this Karma Seal and eventually try and just get rid of it. He doesn't want anything to do with the Karma Seal, because since getting this, he's been unable to live in peace. So his goal in his story is to learn about this Karma Seal and eventually try and just get rid of it. Now, I'm just straight off the bat just going to throw wild theories that I've literally only just thought of. Maybe, because we see in the flash forward, Kawaki's got his seal when he's a bad guy and all of this. Maybe Kawaki will one day lose his seal. Maybe Boruto will have one half his seal and maybe he'll take Kawaki's seal to try and fulfill Kawaki's dreams. Maybe he will somehow take Kawaki's seal, so then he'd have on one half his seal, on the other half Kawaki's seal, and it'd be like full Karma God mode. I don't know, that's completely just out of nowhere. I literally just thought of that on the spot. Let me know what you guys think of that crazy little theory. But it does make me wonder what's actually going to happen to Kawaki, because he says he wants to work with Boruto because it'd be in his best interest as well to learn about karma. So he says, I don't see why we should be fighting, blah, blah, blah. We should work together to try and uncover the mysteries of the karma seal. Because Kawaki was dead set on Boruto getting the karma seal from Jigen. And one thing I want to point out is, when Kawaki got the seal, Amado said there's 2 children left, and then we saw Kawaki get the seal, bang. So there is still another child. So I'm just going to say there that maybe there's a slight possibility there'll be someone else with the karma. We didn't see the other child die, but I mean, we didn't see him live either. So that's going to be a little bit interesting. See if there'll be a third person with the karma. But yeah, it just made me wonder what's going to happen with Kawaki to eventually turn him over the edge into this so-called bad guy that we see right at the start of the series. But all I want is, after this chapter, this kid, he needs a happy ending at the end of it. I really, truly hope he gets his goals fulfilled, he gets rid of this karma, or he learns how to live with it, blah, blah, and that Boruto brings him back to the light side. Even though technically, you know, he's never really been the best of characters, you know, he's not necessarily been a good guy, but I guess he's not really been a bad guy either. So I really hope he gets a really happy ending. But that was basically it for this chapter. Like I said, not necessarily slice of life, but slice of life compared to maybe what we've had for the past few months. But I think the answers in this chapter were answers that I didn't really think we'd be getting for quite a while now, or the development which I didn't think we'd be getting for quite a while now, like full confirmation on how Kawaki got his seal, Kawaki saying about his goal, Kawaki starting to become a bit more good and working with Boruto, all of this. Kawaki also said that, you know what, I'll go and get Himawari and New Vase. So clearly you can tell, I think over the next few chapters, Kawaki's going to be almost good. I still don't think he'll be 100% good guy yet. Jolly happy days. I think he'll be more like 95% good, but I still think he's going to have part of him inside which is just kind of not necessarily bad, just unsure and uneasy and just anxious about the world because of what he's gone through in his past. So guys, that's it for this review. Let me know what you guys think of the chapter in the comment section down below. Let's get a discussion going. I want to hear all of your theories about this. And guys, I'll see you guys in another video. But until then, peace.